Hey guys, what's up? It's SKNOVA here. It has been a long time since I made a video, so I figured I would just give you a little quick update about what's been going on. I'm working on the Arena Part 2 video still, and that is coming out shortly. This one will just be more of a guide of what's been happening in the last weekend a bit, since I've been making a lot of videos lately. That should pick up again. I've been actually super lucky. My character list has expanded a little bit since last video. A lot has happened. There's been a few updates to the game, but we'll just start off here. So I picked up a row bar. Just happened to have an ancient shard. I was leaving work on the way and I just thought, I'll just check it in. Just did a quick summon, thought I'd get a food character, and lo and behold, it was row bar. So my plan for him is to get stun gear. Doesn't have that quite yet. He is still missing a bunch of pieces. Still needs some stuff to work on. Probably looking for more, I'm not sure actually. I've seen a few really good stun teams. The catch to it is you need good supporting characters to go with his stun arena team. I just happen to have a Big Un and a Fushan who both have stuns. So he has an ability here where it does increase damage if the targets are stunned. He also has an attack where if he happens to stun them, it gives him an extra turn. So I think it pairs well with stun gear. Hard to confirm, that's what I'm working on. Have to farm the Fire Knight in order to get good stun gear. I farmed him a little bit, not enough to get a full set. I need 4 pieces. So I just have sort of a leveling set on him just to give him some stats to help leveling go a little bit faster. This is not his final gear, although the chest and the gloves aren't terrible. I think they're actually pretty good. Just need to figure out which other pieces to go with them. So still TBD. Haven't figured out what banners or anything to put on them yet. So that's all in progress. I also happened to pull a Skull Crusher. And I think I'll put the video of some of the pulls because I got pretty lucky with the pulls where I got Skull Crusher. Alright, just gonna drop my microphone here. So this was a pull about a week ago. And started off with a Sacred Shard, got Sneasha, which I already had. I ended up using it for food. Not really sure if I needed 2. I don't normally show pull videos because they get kind of redundant, but this one happened to be very good. So started off with Sacred Shard. Right off the bat, got epic with Zelta, who's pretty good. Got another Aina. I think she's like my 6th or 7th one. I don't normally... well, I tried to do a bunch of 10 pulls. So to preempt this, I did a bunch of 10 pulls, didn't get anything. And as you can see here, this is pull number 6, I guess, of Ancient Shards, and I got Skull Crusher. And I was super pumped because I've been trying to get counterattack for my clan boss team, and I just happened to get him, and right back to back get a Grimskin, who I'm still on the fence about, not sure how to use him or where to use him. He's like the 4th Grimskin I've gotten, and I thought that was pretty lucky. So you can see here with Sacred Shard and 3 other epic heroes already. Was that 4? 1, 2, 3, 4 other epic heroes already. I think that was pretty lucky. I think I do a few more pulls here. I don't think I get another one. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. I'll just know father. I sped up the video because you've seen many pull videos before. They're all the same. And normally my luck isn't this good. I've probably done 6 or 7 10 pulls. Never gotten an epic. All rares every single time of all the epics. I had this little thing where I'd go down there, click on Sacred Shard, and then click on Ancient Shard, and boom, another epic. So there you go. So I was super happy because I've actually been struggling with the Nightmare Clan boss. I was trying to get consistently over 13 point whatever million in order to 3 key, and I was sort of hovering between 10 and just around 13 million on my best keys pre-Skull Crusher. The other thing that's kept me super busy is I ended up having to farm a bunch of Vamp and Speed gear. So my clan boss team has changed, and so Juliana, Aethel both have Vamp gear on them now. You can see I'm trying to get their speed stats all around 190 plus. I also use Steel Skull. I don't have Vamp set on him, instead I put the Toxic set. Figure the poisons would help. And Tyrell, as you can see, Vamp set. And then to pair it, I got Skull Crusher. My Reflex set wasn't that great, and I found he was taking a bunch of damage, So I ended up going with the Stalwart set. and it seems to help a little bit, but I think the reflex set would be better. In order to get to the 20 million mark, I think he would probably need the reflex set. But as I get closer to there, I'm considering dropping Skull Crusher for more of a speed set or speed team with Apothecary, who also I farmed some gear for. Some of the leftover Vamp and speed sets. You can see his speed is still decent. Still trying to decide whether I should do Vamp or pure speed with him. I would like to make him more defensive. This definitely doesn't need attack gloves, but had speed on it. That's kind of what I had at the time. So that has taken up a ton of time, both gearing characters, leveling up. Luckily we had the artifact event, so I was able to finish that event. I think a while ago I claimed I probably never would finish it. It cost me about somewhere between 27 and 30 million silver, but I had 22 million going into it. I farmed a bunch during the event. I ended up selling a ton of items to make room for more items as I was farming them, and all of that kind of added up. So maybe you are seeing these other legendary characters down here that aren't quite leveled. I just pulled Lysandra today, so super lucky. I've been actually struggling in Arena. Gold 4 has become insanely competitive, so I'm working on either increasing my Seeker speed. It's dropped a little bit because I replaced one of the chests to give it to another character for clan boss, so we lost 5 speed from that. I don't have a Prince Kaimar or a Lord Cesar, so kind of struggling on certain teams, and if I don't go first, I pretty much lose. So I'm contemplating getting a more defensive team. But pulled Lysandra, and if you guys have seen my legendary video, she is one of the top legendaries, partially for this reason. If you look at her skills, she gives everyone a speed buff. She fills the turn meter 30%, just like Seeker, so that's great. And the real kicker is she decreases the turn meter of all the enemies. So I'm contemplating whether or not I should use her in totally getting rid of Seeker. The one thing that Seeker has that's really nice is he's able to use his Tailwind ability and his Devour ability. And because of the mastery that he has, which is the very bottom one there, decrease the turn meter if the first hit is with their default skill. It does a 20% turn meter on one enemy. The only reason it may be competitive to Lysandra is his first ability actually has a chance to provoke. So you can reduce their turn meter and potentially provoke them. So you have sort of 2 CCs on that character. But Lysandra has a AoE reduced turn meter of everybody, so that's also pretty amazing. And then pair that with Begun's ability, Molten Slag here, which also decreases the speed of everybody, potentially, and their turn meter. I think you got a pretty good combination. So Lysandra's definitely better than Seeker because of this ability. She also has a speed aura. So I think what would be ideal for me is Lysandra as your main support buffer. I have Fushan, Begun, and I'm using Royal Huntsman right now. All awesome. I might switch out Royal Huntsman for Robar, depending on how this stun build goes. But in any case, I have a pretty sick arena team. I'm super lucky. I've got characters that are fantastic for arena. I may not have the ones I quite want for the clan boss yet. I would love a Martyr, or a Scarhide, or a Nethril, but I think I can pull it off with the epics and legendaries I do have. And arena is actually a lot harder to win at right now, so I'm glad I pulled those legendaries. I had a bunch of extra food, so I ended up 6-starring Mashald, put a few, ascended him a few levels, and also leveled up my Bellower a little bit. Got Rowan to 50, so also, and I brought my Cold Heart up to 60. So this past event is a leveling event. I kind of like how they changed the events around a little bit. They gave some better rewards. They increased the points a little bit. It used to be 3,000 points. Now it's 6,000. I still went a little bit crazy and exceeded that. I ended up having a bunch of food saved up. So I think I 6-starred 2 or 3 heroes. Finished the rewards. Got the legendary tombs. Got the shards. Opened them up. and got some rewards. So while we're here, we'll open this one anyway. So Lysandra ended up doing the Dragon's Lair for the for the Vamp and Speed gear, and I had one shard just like that opened up, and it was Lysandra. This time it's a Muckstalker, so not quite as good, but still, you know, not complaining based on getting a legendary today. So within the last week or so, 2 new legendaries. Oh, and then the other big news, of course, is they increased the space in the champion vault, which is absolutely incredible. I was going through and fooding a lot of my rare characters. I figured for the next fusion, there's probably going to be 1 or 2 or maybe 3 characters, and I had no idea which ones to choose, and my bag space was getting full, my vault space was getting full. It was getting very hard for me to do the summon event, right? Because you have to go through and make a bunch of food, and then I only have 20 spaces left over, and just the clicking back and forth was too slow. So I'm like, well, I'll just use a bunch of rare heroes, hopefully choose the ones that aren't going to be used for the fusion. No one knows who that's going to be. And so I ended up using probably about 15 characters for food, just to free up space. And then just today they ended up, or yesterday, they ended up increasing the storage capacity. So as I started to open up more shards, started to refill all the characters. All the guys here that are level 10 plus actually ended up skilling up. Don't know if that is worth it or not, because a lot of them I probably won't use. But hey, lots of characters, lots of stuff going on. I'm going to post some screenshots of the Nightmare Clan Boss loot. I've gotten pretty lucky. I've gotten a Sacred Shard, a bunch of Legendary and Epic Tomes, Void Shard, a bunch of Ancient Shards, some good gear. I mean, you end up getting a lot of the Clan Boss type gear. So Cruel gear. I've got a few pieces that are all okay. I haven't got any pieces that are absolutely amazing. But I think I've gotten some that are, decent and could roll pretty good. Defense with crit on it, 5 stars. That one's got flat stats. So I haven't figured out where to put the Cruel and Immortal gear yet. Got quite a bit of it. You see I'm kind of leveling them up just to see if they have good stats. That one's got 13 speed on it, that's not bad. None of them are quite perfect. That one could be good, has potential. That one could be good too. So, maybe next artifact event I will level them up a little bit further and see what we get in terms of stats. You can see the stun set I'm still kind of waiting for some more stun pieces. Don't have much there. But for speed and lifesteal, I farmed a ton. Probably done, 200 or 300 Dragon's Lair runs over the past week, all trying to get ready for the clan boss. You can see I'm fishing, leveling up a bunch of them, looking for speed stats, mostly trying to get speed on all my characters. So, I mean, you can see I'm aiming for somewhere close to 200 speed, ideal on all of them. I think that's my goal. And I think I might even do a Nightmare Clan Boss video, or just a Clan Boss video in general, because it was a huge undertaking. I had spreadsheets, watched videos, talked to people, asked for advice, trying to figure out how to improve my Clan Boss damage. Still a work in progress. The biggest tip I gotta give away was definitely going the Vamp sets over trying to heal it. I just found that much worked much better, and definitely gearing up the characters a little bit helped a lot too. Looking for HP and defensive stats. The extra few rounds that defense buys you can be huge. Just figuring out the proper buff order, getting Skull Crusher that changed the rotation and how to do things, learning how to use him. So I went through tons and tons of extra keys. I was doing an extra probably 2 keys a day for a while, both on Brutal and Nightmare, just trying out different combinations and learning things. And I'll try to make a video explaining all that too. So cool, just want to give you a quick update on heroes. If there's some that you think you want to see worked on, or ask some more questions about. I've tried quite a few of them out now. Definitely still a few of them. I have, there's Zelta and Galkut and Lich. Those are new characters I've gotten. Haven't leveled them up yet or tried them out or anything like that. But tons of epics. All my legendaries except for Shamrock are now 60. Was that 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh, 9 legendaries. That's pretty good. I think I've been pretty lucky. Definitely getting above average returns on my legendaries, so I'm happy about that. And yeah, so I have a few arena videos. Me working my way through arena. If I'm struggling, I used to be able to get to max points pretty consistently every week, and now I'm sort of just hovering around the 2950 to 3050 range, and it gets pretty tough. I think it's because my characters aren't totally spec'd mastery wise for arena, and it's becoming more and more defensive. I think the average or the number of legendaries, especially for defense, is getting better. More Rosh guards, higher speed, better items. Maybe they've been watching a lot of videos on how to win an arena and they're getting better at it. It is super challenging. It's not even about the skill points anymore. Like, you see a team with 150k points or a team with 96k points or 100k points. I can beat the high skill point ones and lose to the low skill point ones. The way that they calculate skill points doesn't dictate how the synergies of the team and how good it will be. But if you just look at the list of people on here, you'll see that there's probably only maybe 10 to 20 heroes consistently in Gold 4, and most teams seem to have them. And not having them can be a bit tough. More and more Lord Shazars and Prince Kaimars, and there is some rumors that a new patch is coming and possibly some new characters to be added. It'll be interesting if they add a few more arena auras to sort of balance that aspect, because it's tough when there's only really 2 heroes that give you the speed boost, and speed is so critical. Unless there's some way of getting more defensive characters and surviving that way. But I will talk about all of this more in the next arena video. I have my list created on the top legendary heroes for arena. We talked a little bit about the support characters, and I have sort of a offense defense list going, which is fairly large, and I think I'll work on that video now. So while I'm uploading this one, I'll start recording the next one. This is just a little vlog update. Hope you guys like it. Feel free to ask questions. It's good to be back making videos, and I will see you guys in the next one.